there is no phone call associated with that because I don't feel comfortable and to get a call from a robot. I
I
don't think so.
agree. I
Maybe it's
totally
my
agree.
thought process, but there may be people who is fine, but for me, no. So I don't think I'm going to create a product with a
Mm.
robot calling.
Welcome to the Expert in You podcast, the show where we have real conversations with established founders, firm owners, and B2B experts selling their expertise as services. We talk about what's happening now inside experienced businesses where positioning, influence, and growth directly affect opportunities and contracts. I'm Ann Carden. Let's get into it. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Expert in You podcast. I'm your host, Ann Carden, and I have a really great guest with me today. I have Latha Kumar with me today, and she is the CEO and founder of Zamorin Solutions, which is a custom software company. They actually build customized software, world-class software. And she comes from an incredible background, but she's been in her business since 2014. So Latha, welcome to the show.
Hello, Anne. Thank you so much for having me as a guest for this podcast. I'm really excited.
Well, I am happy you are here. And just to give everyone a little sneak peek of what we're going to talk about, she's obviously going to tell you what she does in her business, who she serves, how she helps. But we're going to dive into her business and what she is currently doing so that she can give you insights and strategies that are working for her. And we love to help you do things in real time. So when I have these guests on, they're not out there for months and months before we publish. You're actually getting these recordings fairly fast, and so you get to see in real time what is working now and get to peek behind the curtain in other people's businesses and you really hear their brilliance and what is driving their business. So I'm excited to jump in and get started. So Latha, why don't you just give everyone a real quick overview of what you offer in your business, exactly what you do, and then who you serve? Who are those ideal clients for you?
Absolutely. First of all, I want to thank you for doing this service for so many business owners. I
Thank you.
really appreciate what you're doing. And in my business, we started, as you mentioned, in 2014. I came to this country as a software developer 30 plus years back. And that is exactly the passion I have in whatever community I want to be and whichever I have experienced. And I felt there is a need. That's where I have started my products. So
Mm,
our company has software products as well as we have software as service. So the major product what we have is called Park Zap, is in the government sector for
mm,
parks. Yes, for parks and recreation industry, in order to help the children to be safe and their safety in the playgrounds. More than that, any facilities like buildings and sports fields and ice arena, swimming pool, anything you name it, we will be able to help them using our software. So I did this because there was an incident for my son years back. And at
mhm.
that time, I thought there is a need in the society, and all the children in the world, rich or poor, should be able to play safe in a playground. And I made it as a mission, but initially, when I came as an immigrant, I had to support my family, send my children to school, so many, many things. So I couldn't fully commit to a business. Even though I started in 2014, eventually it was a progression. And what is working well for us? We always listen to our clients and ask them, what else can we add to give value for the community? And we think through that, find the logics, and make sure that is added if that is possible and released to all our clients for no extra fee.
Mm. So let me ask you, when one of the things that I love about working with small business owners and people like yourself is a lot of times our our market kind of finds us, maybe through adversity or something that's happened or something we've experienced. And that was very much the same situation for you. Your son got hurt on a playground, and then you were able to start the software side of things, taking all of your background, which is another big thing that I love to talk about. When people take their expertise and they really build a business around it. And you took that expertise, but also that experience of your son getting hurt on the playground, and you've turned that into a business. I want to dive into that just a little bit. When you talk about helping parks have safety, and then you're building software, customized software, can you like explain that? Because I would think if you're helping parks be safer, you're building equipment, you're building some kind of equipment, but you're a software developer, customized software developer. So can you just dive into that a little bit more so we can have a better understanding of your business?
Absolutely. And actually, Park Zap is only one of my products. Let's talk about that first.
Mm-hmm.
So, initially, when I have a goal. That's the most important thing. I have a mission, and this is what I wanted to do. When I started my software company, I had that in my background, but it
Mm-hmm.
all came together. And I'm a big believer of universe. And it came together, and National Recreation Park Association had a need to have a software which is easily anybody can use it user friendly and
Mm-hmm.
compliant with all the standards and reasonable pricing. So I didn't know that. Somebody mentioned to me there is an opportunity and introduced me to NRPA. So they gave me the resources.
Mm-hmm.
Means they gave the staff members and also certified playground safety inspectors who can help me, because that is a totally new area for me. I didn't know anything about playground industry. As you mentioned, for me it's all equipment, children going and playing. I didn't know there is a lot more, but I know there has to be something done because of my experience. So I actually worked together with the subject matter experts. Technology side, we have strong team. We know what we are doing. Business side, we did not. So we listened carefully and had several meetings, got the business requirements gathered, and went through the proper development and testing and pricing. That's a huge area. It has to be easy for people to purchase, not
Mm-hmm.
individuals, organizations, but it's budget, right? It's government. It's
Right.
people's money in the end. So all
Right.
those things slowly we put together, and we were successful. We had only 2 states at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 states for the 2016 when we launched. Slowly, we added more features and people started hearing about us. We go for the trade shows and major trade shows in the country, so they can see us and we have a branding right there. When we go for the trade show, they see you. There is nothing immediate. It takes time.
Right. Like
It takes
anything,
time.
right?
Like
Yes.
anything, it takes time
Right.
to establish and build the credibility, and people know about us. It's more
Right.
about the service you provide than with the product what you offer.
Mm-hmm. So just to clarify, just to make sure everyone understands that's listening, the software that you developed for parks, and it helps them with everything from the budgeting to the compliance, all the really the whole project management is what you're talking about. That's the kind of software that you build, is more project management kind of software. Is that correct?
Initially, we only had playground inspections.
Mm-hmm.
Then we added all the type of inspections. Now we
Okay.
added asset management, coming to the topic
Mm-hmm.
about budgets. Slowly we progress because our clients ask if we have this more additional thing, it would have been beneficial. There are
Mm-hmm.
other software. Some people may not be able to, budget may be so big that they need to put in, and they may not have enough. So we
Right.
added slow, and we started getting more and more people interested in it, and
Mm-hmm.
going through the free trials and making the product get very better before we
Mm-hmm.
ask for any price.
Sure.
That's what we're
Okay.
doing.
I love it. So you offer a few other products in your company as well, and then you do customize software. So if a
Yes.
company is using, I know you and I discussed this on the pre-call before we recorded today. You talked about the fact that a lot of times when you go into companies, their software isn't communicating, and they're using they're kind of piecemealing their software together. And so you can go in and actually build customized software that can save them money, but can also do a better job for them. Is that correct as
That
well?
is correct. That is
Okay.
absolutely correct. Yes.
Okay. And so you have some other project or other products, I should say, as well, besides building the customized. software, what are those other products that you have too? I just want to give you an opportunity to share those too.
I have three products actually, two of them
Okay.
coming soon, and one of them is almost there to launch. That is
Okay.
for actually, one is for all the Amazon sellers.
I think
People who are
that's
selling
cool.
through Amazon, they can use our dashboard and reporting analytics tool called Report Zap
Hmm.
in order for them on a Monday morning to make their life easy. It tracks all the different reports they need, and basically all the notifications they are going to get. What
Hmm.
is there? What is the forecasting they need to be done? How much they have sold already? There are a lot of features they can use from our application, and that is what we have built. And it took some time, and we are still polishing the final touches before we implement. A portion of it is implemented, but we have not started selling. It will be very soon.
That's very cool. So do you also train people? So you have the product, the Amazon product. Do you also train people on how to use it? I know one of the frustrations a lot of times when you buy into a software product is, okay, figure it out. It's just so lovely to have to do that. And it's so complicated. What kind of training do you offer for your kind of already done products?
Oh, we have very strong onboarding. It is a
Mhm.
teamwork, and
Yes.
when you are implementing if you are giving, for example, the major product Park Zap now going to be Reports app, there is a process involved in
Hmm.
order for us to talk. There are steps the clients have to provide us for us to do the setup.
Sure.
There will be several calls. Some of the setup calls took around 6 months. We are not looking at the watch and letting them know you can have only two calls or three calls until
Hmm.
they learn. And even after two, there is no extra charge we ask them to pay. We are saving the community, right? That's most important. In
Right.
my office too, anybody working on my major product, for example, Park Zap, the thought process of everyone is a child coming to a playground and playing and going back safely with a smile. That's
Mhm.
all. Everything else is going to be working. We
Right.
just make it
Right.
work.
Right. I love it. And I know that's one of the things that you talked about is, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want you to tell my audience, why should someone buy from you over other software companies out there that are maybe doing similar products? Because at the end of the day, you have to get a lead, you have to turn that lead into business, and you don't want to be racing to the bottom of the pricing structure to be able to land that client or land that customer. So, what, in your words, makes you different and why someone should choose you over your competition?
Major thing is the quality of the product, not no bugs they can find, and on the tip of the phone call, the customer service is phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
and easy to use. There are a lot of things, and the even if a person doesn't know how to use technology or even anything on a mobile phone, they can just click. That easy it is. We made it that easy so that it is easy for the people to understand and use. You don't need to have a sixth sense to understand that. That is one of the major thing. And second one is our customer service. And if they want us to add a feature, and if they think that, Latha, it is very nice, but it will be nice if we can add something more. And we are going to listen to that very carefully and seriously will make that update if that is compliant and if you are able to do that. As I mentioned initially, that is very, very unique for us. I don't think that a lot of others in the market, maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking for us, that's why people come back to us.
Well, I actually want to speak to that because with AI, I don't know about you, but and I know I brought this up on other shows with people when we talk about AI. I think people are getting very tired of not being able to speak to a real person.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting very tired of not being able to get things taken care of that they need to take care of when they're buying something and they're spending their money, whether it's a company spending their money or an individual. And I think we are going to see a major shift in the marketplace. The more AI becomes bigger and bigger, people
Mm.
are hungry for human connection. They are hungry for real customer service. And I believe that we are going to see people jumping ship to go to invest or buy from companies, I should say, where they can deliver that. Where I think we're going to see things go full circle. It used to be that way. It used to be you had to give great service, you had to answer the phone, you had to talk to people, and then the more things got automated. Now with AI, it's even worse than it's ever been. I love that you're talking about that, because that can be a differentiator for companies if they
Yes.
are willing to embrace that and put that in their marketing and show up in such a big way and prove that they really are that company behind, that is behind what they say they are. A lot of people say it, Latha. A lot
Yes.
of people say,
Yes.
oh, we give great customer service. Everyone can say it. It doesn't mean they do. I'm
You
just
know,
going to say that.
I totally get that. You know, the way we have our products is the way I think how I should be treated. It's very
I love
important.
that.
And
Mm-hmm.
I do not like, I'm being honest, a lot of companies have adopted AI for phone calls, the
Mm-hmm.
robots. That is fine if they want to do that. In my case, I do not like to get robot calls. I don't
Yeah.
like AI calling me. So one product I will not be making with if I am going to be the top of my company,
Mm-hmm.
whenever if somebody else take over, I don't know, but we will not create a tool for a robot to call others. We have lead generation tool coming up very soon, but
Mm-hmm.
there is no phone call associated with that because I don't feel comfortable and to get a call from a robot. I
I
don't think so.
agree. I
Maybe it's
totally
my
agree.
thought process, but there may be people who is fine, but for me, no. So I don't think I'm going to create a product with
Mm-hmm.
a robot calling. And I
Well,
want to talk a little bit more about AI. Is that okay?
yeah, I want to, but let me just interject something really quick too. One thing that people also need to understand, and I want to bring this up because this is my kind of my wheelhouse. I help people move up market and get better clients, get the best customers, get work at the top of their market. And I will tell you this, if you're going to work at the top of your market, that kind of stuff is not going to fly, because people that are spending more money, they're buying premium services. They expect high
Yes.
touch. They expect to be helped by a human. And so this again will be a differentiator, because there's
Yes.
a volume business and there's a premium business. And the middle market is somewhat collapsing. We're seeing less and less of a middle market. So I think you're going to see low and you're going to see high. You can choose which range you want to be in, but personally, it sounds like you are in the high end because of what you are offering and how you are doing things. And I love that. So, okay, so let's dive into AI a little bit more. You wanted to share something. Go ahead.
Yes, first of all, thank you, Anne, for identifying that uniqueness in us. I was not thinking about it, you thought about it. That is very true. They have to get a human being on the phone call and get the relationship built right there and then sort out the problems they have, if any. That's
Mm-hmm.
what the business is. Business is all about relationships. It's not the robot or AI to make the life easy. I'm going to talk a little bit more about AI now. I always emphasize that it is not just about using the latest tools. It is about identifying the right business problem, improving the underlying process, and using the technology to create the measurable value. In my experience, building software solutions for small business and public sector organization, I have seen that AI works best when it supports the people rather than replacing the human judgment.
Mm, so good. Yes, 100%. So, Latha, you offer a lot of different things in your business. What's your main revenue driver in your business? And I like to talk about this because you probably have things that are not making you quite the revenue, and then something that's really driving the revenue, the 80%, or the 20%, and then you probably have 80%. So I like to talk about that. So out of all the things that you offer, what's your main revenue driver?
There are two main revenue drivers, and one of them is my Park Zap, my main product, and the other one is custom software development.
Okay.
Last year, we had a major product from one of the departments in Iowa government.
Mm-hmm.
We created a school lunch program supporting that, and
Mm.
That was one of the good things, and it's a repeat client. They want to use us because we gave them good service. Similar to that, we have clients in the private industries.
Mhm.
They come to us, for example, in order to build a software for bidding, similar to Uber, how they can transport the package from one place to another. That is a lot of logic and bidding involved in it. So instead of bidding for carrying people, it is for bidding for carrying the packages.
Mm.
So we finished that. So we have projects like that coming out, and there are other small projects too, like specific type of customized website building, e-commerce sites, so many
Mhm.
things. Yes.
One of the things I talk about in when I work with my clients is building what I call a revenue floor. And that means this is the least amount we'll take. So if a job comes in or a project comes in and it's under this amount, we don't touch it because that just takes you away from a bigger project, a bigger revenue leap that you could be making with a better client or a better customer. Do you have a revenue floor established in your business? Because I'm sure you could get projects coming in like crazy, people having a need. Do you have that established in your company, or is that anything that you have heard before or thought of? I love to ask this because for me, I have a revenue floor, and again, teach my clients to do the same thing. So, how about you?
So it depends, right? If it is going to be a product, there is definitely there are margins and there are
Mm-hmm.
certain amount we need to make. Otherwise, we cannot. That's the
Mm-hmm.
case with the software development too. It depends
Mm-hmm.
on how complex the project is. Somebody we had another request for a healthcare project, and we didn't have much experience in the healthcare, but what we hired people in order to create the proposal. So the
Mm,
proposal doesn't mean that's 2 page just to get the numbers. No.
right.
We went into detail, understand what they're exactly asking for. We are the third
Sure.
company they're coming for.
Sure.
So those cases, if we ask, they have a budget, and we may not even know the truth until we submit the proposal. And we started thinking about it. Now, if it is a lot of discovery phase, we have to start charging.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And I also believe you get better clients and better customers. And one of the things I always teach people is how to get away from RFPs and competing in RFPs because those are typically they're price driven. And so the idea is to get in front of the clients and be chosen before it even gets to the proposal process. Is such a better way, especially if you're going up market and you're playing at the top of your market. So I love that you talked about that. Every client is not a good client, and I
I
think
agree.
it's so important. Why? I mean, I've worked with clients where they've lost money on clients with projects and different things that they've done. And you're not in business to lose money working with clients. You are in business to make money. So I think it's really important when you start talking about the financial side of business to understand these things if you're ever going to really grow and be profitable and have the money that you need to continue to grow your business the way you for the vision that you see. Do you agree with
Absolutely.
that?
100%. And many, many times, as you mentioned, correctly pointed out, and we spend our money and time, and finally, in
Mhm.
the end, we won't get the project. So the money and time what we are spending is actually a loss to the business.
Yes.
So we need to identify the right clients right from the beginning. There,
Yes.
and if that's not there, and even we can understand it, we have lots of experience, right? So from the
Right.
talks, from the questions we ask, we'll be able to figure out, whether they can really afford, whether this is what they are looking
Right.
for. If there is an issue, if there is a problem with the finances, we can still work with them from the smallest level, MVP level. But if they want all the features and if they don't have the money upfront, then that's where we won't be able to support them because we have to cover our overhead.
Exactly. And I think so often I see professionals who are really brilliant and excellent at what they do take on clients. And I did this 16 years ago when I first started. I took on clients that where really my skill set, what they weren't ready for me. That was just the reality. They were just at two maybe the beginning stages of their business. And so I didn't get to use all of my skills that I had developed. And And when we're out of alignment with the clients and the customers we take on, it's not very fulfilling for us as a business owner, or at least that's what I found. If you're going to love your business, you want to love the clients you work with, and also working with better clients as well. You typically get they're more appreciative. You get
Exactly.
they're easier to work with. They are more sustainable. A lot of times they will invest over and over and over again. So I have found that to be true as well. Have you found that also, Latha, with a lot of the good clients that you've had?
I want to say one thing very important, as you mentioned. You are touching the right things, actually. There is something called mutual respect.
Yes.
There were situations where I had to call out some of the clients.
Mm-hmm.
Because they paid us doesn't mean that there can be a lack of respect. They may be coming from different backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it is a company, it's not a solopreneur. If you're
Sure.
working with an organization, the money is not spent by the individual.
Mm-hmm.
It's by the organization spending the money. That person just be a director or representative for handling the situation. He or she may not be having the best day, but that
Right.
does not be reflecting the other person. They have to learn how to control and have a professional demeanor. And it
Exactly.
has happened, and it cannot affect us. If somebody else is behaving that way, one time maybe, again it is repeating, we may have to let them
You give
know.
them a little grace, but after
Yes,
that, right,
yes,
right.
yes. It
Yeah. No,
happens.
that
It happens.
it does happen. And that's why, I told you at the beginning of the show, I love for you to peek inside of people's businesses, see what they're doing, what's happened. I just want you to know, if you're listening to this, we've all been there. We've all struggled with these things. We've all had clients that we shouldn't have taken on, and we've all had to work around, like you said, someone that was not respectful. Those are all things. But I also believe that when you bring in the right clients and they really understand, they really align with your values and how you operate, and you shouldn't be treated like an employee or a vendor in someone else's company or business when you are running your own company. And that is such a huge problem a lot of times. But I want you to know, and I want to say this too, that is a positioning problem and a sales problem. When you are treated like a vendor, you've got a positioning problem. When you're treated like an employee in someone else's company, you've got a positioning and sales problem. You have not established that that level that you expect, because we teach people how to treat us. I mean, that's just the reality of it from the very beginning in that very first conversation we do. So,
Yeah.
so Latha, if we talk about your business, you've been doing this since 2014. First of all, she came from Wells Fargo. She worked years in Wells Fargo. Everyone knows that name. And, you worked at the enterprise level. But when you came into your own business, did you have a dream for your business, or were you just taking your expertise and sort of your passion and seeing what you could do with it? Or did you actually have a dream and a vision for your business? I would love to know.
I have a big dream and vision for my business.
Has it
Absolutely.
changed?
It has not changed.
It hasn't
It has
changed.
not
Love
changed.
it. The reason I like to ask this, I just started kind of asking this question. And the reason I love to ask this is because as we get into our business and we get into the daily kind of grind and minutia, a lot of times business owners lose sight of that dream. And so I've been starting to ask this question, and it's like, I hear, oh, I kind of forgot what my dream was. And thank you for bringing that back up, but I love to hear that you have not changed your dream,
No.
has it expanded?
Yes, it has
Okay.
expanded. And let me explain how I'm keeping up dreaming about my goals. I'm always learning, Anne. At
Aren't
least
we
an
all?
hour or two, I'm learning.
Yes.
Not just technology, not just AI, not just Claude, ChatGPT, all those Anthropic, whatever you call it.
Right.
That's not the only. I learned that too. I set aside time for my personal growth.
Yes.
And that personal growth can be a variety of things. That's what I love. I have my morning routine, and every day I start like that. And I'm so happy always.
Yes, I
I'm
love that.
always happy.
I do the same thing. I every day is a time for growth every day, and it changes from day to day what I'm actually doing or what I'm investing time into. But every day I am spending time on growth in my own business. And yes, people, it's not just AI. It's there's so much more to running a company and running a business than learning how to use AI. So I love that you said that. Kudos to you. Did you work with mentors, Latha, when you first got into your business? Or how did
Yes.
you said, well, I didn't know the business side. That's most of us, right? Most people don't know the business side or the marketing or the sales side, all the things that go into it. So how did you learn those things when you first got into your business?
Oh, I burned my hands so many times, because the difference, Anne, is the coach and mentors are good, but in your business, what you should be doing, no coach can explain. They can give a scenarios based what they have done. It could be. It's an A/B testing, in other words. Many times it's an A/B testing, and when you go through situations, you understand in what situation how you should act, what you
Mm-hmm.
should talk. Every day I'm learning, every day. And as of now, I have one coach and a mentor. One is in sales, because my area to strengthen is sales. I'm a developer. I have a fantastic technology base and company. When it comes to sales, there are areas which I have to strengthen. And I have people helping me, and it is helping me. And I
Yeah.
have got personal growth, I have coaches too.
Yes. So important for people. I always have mentors and coaches, people that are way ahead of me that and for so many years building businesses, I didn't have that. We didn't have them. They just, I mean, they might have been out there somewhere, but I didn't know about them. And even 16 years ago, when I came into helping people grow their business, if I went to an event, people didn't even really understand what I did because they just weren't everywhere, growth advisors. And at that time, 16 years ago, I called myself a business coach. So I don't touch that language anymore, but I was a business coach, but I didn't know any other business coaches that, were in my market. And, now everybody can call themselves that. So I think it's important, but I do think having mentors and working with people who are further along and investing in that is speed. I think it's speed in your business and it's the
Yes.
shortcut. That's my opinion. Have you found that too?
Yes, absolutely. For example, the way I was presenting my proposals, until a salesperson came into the picture, I didn't know. The thing is, and it's funny, to become a good doctor, you can go to medical school. To become a lawyer, you can go to law school. To become a very good, successful business person, there is no school.
No,
See?
no, the school of hard knocks, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
We had to figure it out.
Fortunately that has changed. I mean, I actually started doing what I do now because I worked with a business coach in my last two businesses before I sold them. And it was so impactful and it made such a difference. And I thought, where have you been all my life? Like where were you all these years when I was growing these businesses? Because it was a lot of trial and error. It was bootstrapping. It was all the things. And I'm so grateful that we don't have to do that. Like I always just go look for, okay, who's the expert in this? Who do I need to hire to help me with something that I need help with? I just don't even mess with it anymore. I always feel like I have a short runway, time is short, business is moving faster than it's ever moved. And we have to keep up. And you can't do that anymore if you are trying to figure things out. That's my opinion, what I have found, because you will be left behind very, very quickly. And I think we're going to
Yes.
see that gap widen even more. Yeah. So I like, again, talking about the business side of it. So your dream has expanded, but it hasn't changed. What do you love the most about running your own company? I told you I would ask you questions you would
Yeah,
know
yeah,
the answer
absolutely.
to.
I'm thinking several things, several things. The most important thing is when things are successful, when I'm working with a client, when the outcome is there for them. They don't have, nowadays, I know all my clients, they don't have any incidents in their playgrounds because they're already taking care of
Oh,
it.
that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? The children are
Yeah.
not getting hurt, they don't have lawsuits. It's the outcome I'm seeing. For example, the school lunch program. So it's managed very well. Those who don't have the internet, not all the schools have internet now. There are issues still in the rural areas. Them too are taken care. These are the outcomes. And people who are traveling, for example, as I mentioned about those who are e-commerce sites, they are selling their products and getting across the globe successfully, shipping them, and they are making the profit, and the end client is able to get what they want. The outcome is there. When I see that,
Yes.
that is the most important thing for me, and be very happy. My mission is getting, accomplished.
Yes. I love it because it's the same thing for me. My husband laughs and teases me. You get more excited about your clients' results than you do about your own. But yes, that's why I got into this, right? Of
Yes.
course you want to be successful, and of course you want to make money and you want to do well. But I'm the same way. I think we get into this business because we have a passion and a heart to really help people and make a difference. So when we get to see that and we get to see those results and those outcomes, it's just the best feeling in the world, I believe, because I think we're just wired that way to want to help
Yes.
people. So I love that you said that. So what do you like least in your business or that you have to do with business?
Oh, one thing is managing teams. That's
Managing
what
teams. So you
managing
don't
teams.
like that part.
That's the part I want to delegate to other people,
Mhm.
and I'm getting there. More
Yeah.
of the management side of people management, and I have a lot of things which I want to accomplish from the business side. If
Mhm.
I'm focusing on day to day activities more, I'm not able to spend time on that.
Mhm.
That's what I want
Yeah.
to do. But
So
hmm,
what do you want your role to be then in the company? What do you see your role going forward? So if you delegate managing the teams and sort of that daily minutia and work that goes on and managing the projects, what do you want your role to be in your company, Latha?
can I tell you the honest truth? I want to be
Yes.
talking to the clients more. I
Yes.
want to have more time with my clients
So
and and for the
who
business
does the
people.
growth? Who does the growth in your company then?
Majority of the growth come from the word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Then people are coming to us, and
Mm-hmm.
we do have all the type of marketing processes, and there are people helping us to do that. And I make sure I talk to every client. I do, and I want to meet with them as often as I can.
Mm-hmm.
It's not at the time of renewal of a subscription. No, I'm sometimes they, oh Lata, we are so busy, we don't want to talk, we don't have everything is going perfect. But I
Mm-hmm.
insist, I have some new features I want to show you. Why don't you come along? They may not be, but I want to talk to them. That
Yes,
relationship building is awesome.
yeah,
I love that.
I agree. That's one of the things I love the most. And even doing my podcast, I love it because we're building relationships where I get to meet the best people and get to know them. And I just think it's just so much fun. And I love to do the business development side of my business for that reason.
And to add one more thing, there may be situations and that they didn't let us know this has to be improved many times.
Mm-hmm.
That I send a survey to each of my client and ask
Mm-hmm.
them several questions. Some of the questions are related to what improvement, what else they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them say give out 10 out of 10, they don't have anything. There are somebody else who didn't let me know until I asked them. So in that one-on-one conversation, I'm able to understand what they want to accomplish, what is not there, how much we can improve. So that helps us to get the product better and
Right.
retain our clients too.
So, Lata, you mentioned that you're getting your clients from referrals. They're mostly coming from referrals, but then you also mentioned that you have marketing systems in place. Can you explain that because they're typically two different things?
Yes.
So, yeah. So, what kind of marketing systems do you have in place? But if they're not working because you're getting your business referrals, can you just explain that a little bit? I would love
I,
to know more.
I am happy to explain because that's a product coming up for all the communities. We
Mm-hmm.
have lead generation using AIs right now. We do that
Uh-huh.
internally for our lead generation. So now we are making it a product offer to everybody. The lead generation tool,
Oh.
what I'm using. That's one of them. As I mentioned, we go for trade shows and we do have digital marketing campaigns. We
Mm-hmm.
do have email campaigns. We have webinars. We have demos.
Okay.
These are all the different ways we get to a potential prospect.
Mhm.
More number of leads coming, more there are more chances to get more sales closed. In any other business, it's the same, right? Any
Right,
business.
right. Okay, so let me just, I think I have almost covered everything that I wanted to talk about on this. What would you like to leave the audience with? What's
I
one thing you want to say?
Before that, I would love to know more about you, what you do.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have a conversation after the show.
Is that right?
Well,
You don't want to
yes, well,
explain the.
yeah, we'll have a conversation after the show. This show's about you. So, uh,
Oh, thank you.
yes.
That's nice of you.
Yes. So, what would you like to leave people with about your company? What would you like them to know? Or maybe something that we didn't cover? I want to make sure I give you the spotlight here.
Oh, thank you. So I post a lot in LinkedIn. There's a lot of content out there. You can see, and my name is Latha Kumar. Name of our company is Zamorin Solutions. If you go
Mm-hmm.
to www.zamorinstech.com, you will be able to see our company's details. And Latha Kumar, if you search with the name of my company, you can find me. You can DM me digital message. Just give me a message or send a my phone number is there. All the details about section you can
We'll put
see.
all of that in the show notes too.
Yeah,
They'll have
then
all of
there is
that. Yeah.
easy way to reach me. So if you really want to solve a real problem, and you may be not be even knowing the problem sometimes, that
Mhm.
happens. You think that is the problem, there may be something else. We are
It's
here to
never
help
what they
you.
think, Latha. It's never what they
Exactly.
think it is, right?
Yes. So we will dive into the problem and understand what the
Mhm.
situation is. We will help you. This is not only about certain threshold we take people. Even if you have a little bit money, if you want to start somewhere, approach us. Let's talk. There may be something we can do for you. That's what I want to talk to everybody who is listening today.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, we will end on that note. Thank you, Latha, for being here. This was a great conversation. I love hearing what you're doing in your business, what your dream is, where you're going, and all the great things you're doing and all the great things you have already done. So thank you. I love having conversations with experts like you. And reach out to Latha on LinkedIn, which is where I met her. I meet a lot of my guests on LinkedIn, and it's where I met her. And I just love what she's doing out there in the marketplace. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much, Anne. I feel honored to be in this podcast. I really loved your questions. I
Oh,
don't
well,
get too
thank
many
you.
podcasts like this. This is phenomenal. I love it. Thank
Well,
you.
great. Thank you. All right, everyone. Look, if you're ready to go to the top of your market, you are ready to get the best clients and customers for your business. There are a lot of things that go into that, but I want to tell you it's blue ocean because most people are not doing it. So if you need help going to the top of your market in any industry, you can reach out to me and let's book what I call an elevation strategy call, where I will show you the gaps that you have in your business and what you need to do to take your business to the top of the market and get paid the money that you deserve for your expertise and brilliance. Book a call at ancarden.com. And until next week, make sure you subscribe to the show, and we can't wait to talk to you again. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye, and God bless.
The content of this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Although I share strategies, ideas, and success stories based on real experiences, results are never guaranteed. Every business is unique, and outcomes depend on individual effort, market conditions, and many other factors. By listening, you agree that I and my guests are not responsible for your results or actions based on the content shared.
Thank you for tuning in today. If you're as excited as I am about scaling up your influence, business, and bank account, then I have just the thing for you. But first, make sure you subscribe to the show. Second, make sure you share it with someone you care about, because sharing is caring. And third, head on over to join me in my next free virtual exclusive workshop, where we'll explore proven strategies to boost your business and maximize your potential. Look, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're looking to take your business to the next level, my workshops are designed for you. So head on over to expertinyouworkshop.com to reserve your spot and get ready to transform your expertise into extraordinary success. I'm looking forward to seeing you there and helping you achieve incredible growth. Until next time, make sure you're always seeking the expert in you, and God bless. Have an amazing day.